So look, I'm in no way transphobic. If people want to identify as a different gender, that's their business. I don't have an issue with that. But when it comes to gender divided competitions, particularly in sports where the division is made due to the different attributes in our biological makeup, I'm absolutely against former men competing in women's fields, just as I would be against former women competing in the men's fields, for which they may have a biological upper hand. Now, in America, Lia Thomas, who is a transgender woman, competed and won in the 500-yard freestyle swimming on Thursday night to become the first known transgender athlete to ever win a Division One national championship in any sport. Thomas finished 1.75 seconds ahead of second place Emma Weyant, whom I firmly believe should have been the winner. Now, I prefer a transgender division over this. Emma has spent a lot of her life training hard to become the, women's national champion, training very hard every day to become a biological women's champion. What is the world coming to with all this politically correct nonsense? The world's gone soft and it's gone mad. Is it politically correct, or is it just plain incorrect, unjust, illogical? You know what? With what's been going on with the whole women's rights movement, which I believe now has become more about domination over men rather than being equal to them, perhaps we should just scrap all gender divisions. Would that be fair? Would that be equal? Of course, we shouldn't actually do that. Gender divided sports are done for a logical reason, which makes it fair for women and fair for men. Where has the world's logic gone? Where is the fairness? Comically, this echoes of a South Park episode where Macho Man Randy Savage, a male, famous, hulking, steroid-filled 90s wrestler, who in South Park competes in the world's women's strong woman competition and wins everything.
Get ready for the 6th annual Strong Woman Competition, a 2-day-long competition of tests built to push athletes to their very limits. Joining me now is the current champion of the Strong Woman Competition, Strong Woman. Miss Woman, do you feel ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready, David.
Miss Swanson, how does it feel to be competing today?
I can't tell you how free I feel now that I've started identifying as a woman. Now that I can compete as female, I'm ready to smash the other girls.
Don't look now, but you just won!
Yeah, I won! I'm the strong woman! Look at it! It's mine! I'm the best! I'm the strongest!
And I thought it was the Simpsons that were meant to be predicting the future. What comes next in all this madness? Motorcyclist identifies as a cyclist and sets a new world record. What about able-bodied man identifies as a paraplegic and wins gold in the Paralympics? Oh, what? That's a thing? Wait. Whilst I was researching a meme to put over that, I discovered there is a thing called Transabled. Anyone ever heard of this? Okay, look, check this out. I've got an article up. So let me read this to you. Able-bodied woman wants surgeon to make her a paraplegic. What? Using a wheelchair is not something able-bodied people normally dream of doing, unless they're Chloe Jennings-White. The 58-year-old longs to be a paraplegic. What? Paralysed from the waist down. And even wants a surgeon to sever her spine to stop her legs working. She has been diagnosed with body integrity identity disorder, a rare psychological condition that makes sufferers want to be disabled. As a child, she would climb trees and play risky sports in a deliberate attempt to hurt herself. She has also suffered skiing and car crash injuries. Get this. She thinks subconsciously in a bid to make her dream come true. This woman has had skiing accidents and has been in car crashes, and I hope she hasn't, put anyone else in harm's way to make her dream come true, which is to become a paraplegic, to be paralysed from the waist down. I thought I was a freak, she says. Now doctors have told Miss Jennings-White to use a wheelchair and leg braces to control her urges to damage her spine. This is mental. Being able to use a wheelchair is a massive relief and the closest I will probably come to being a paraplegic, she said. Her obsession began when she was 4. She visited her Aunt Olive, who was using leg braces after a bike accident, and admits, I wanted them too. The desire to be disabled has exposed London-born Miss Jennings-White to intolerance, insults, and online threats. Most shockingly of all, Miss Jennings-White of Salt Lake City, Utah, admits she even saw a surgeon who was willing to sever her sciatic nerve to paralyze her. But 16 grand, the necessary £16,000, the unnecessary operation was beyond her means. I might never be able to afford it, but I know truly and deeply I won't regret it if I ever can, she said. Something in my brain tells me my legs are not supposed to work. Having any sensation in them feels wrong. This is madness. This exists. Okay, there were some more links. Let me have a look. Let me see what I can find. Here you go. That last one was from the Metro newspaper. This one's from the National Post in Canada. Check this out. Becoming disabled by choice, not a chance. Transabled people feel like imposters in their fully working bodies. And that's the same lady I think we looked at before. When he cut off his right arm with a very sharp power tool, a man who now calls himself One Hand Jason let everyone believe it was an accident. What is this? Oh, but he had for months tried different means of cutting and crushing the limb. Hey, that's messed up. That never quite felt like his own. Training himself on first aid so he wouldn't bleed to death. Even practicing on animal parts sourced from a butcher. What? My goal was to get the job done with no hope of reconstruction or reattachment. That is messed up. His hope was to like mess up his arm so bad that no one could fix it. And he says, I wanted some method that I could actually bring myself to do, he told the body modification website Modblog. His goal was to become disabled. People like Jason have been classified as transabled, feeling like imposters in their own bodies, their arms and legs in full working order. And he says, we define transability as the desire or the need for a person identified as able-bodied by other people to transform his or her body to obtain a physical impairment, says Alexandra Barrel, a Quebec-born academic who will present on transability at this week's Congress of the School of Scientists and Humanities at the University of Ottawa. And then he goes on to say, the person could want to become deaf, blind, amputee, paraplegic. It's really a really strong desire. Researchers in Canada are trying to better understand how transabled people think and feel. Clive Baldwin, a Canada Research Chair in Narrative Studies, who teaches social work at St. Thomas University in Fredericton, NB, has interviewed 37 people worldwide who identify as transabled. Most of them are men. About half are in Germany and Switzerland. What's going on in that part of the world for the majority of all of these people to be from there? Is it a trend? Disabling yourself? But he knows of a few in Canada. Most crave an amputation or paralysis, though he has interviewed one person who wants his penis removed. This is about transabled people, right? Not transgender. Yeah, okay. Another wants to be blind. I mean, can you imagine really heavily craving to be blind, to not want to see, to feel like your body is wrong for being able to see, and you want to blind yourself? Like, I mean, what is this? Many people and Jason arrange accidents to help achieve the goal. One dropped an incredibly heavy concrete block on his legs. and attempt to injure himself so bad an amputation would be necessary. But doctors saved the leg. I mean, I guess that's why that other guy wanted to mush up his arm so bad that there was no chance of saving it. That's messed up. He limped, but it's not the disability he wanted. It's not exactly what he wanted for Christmas, but yeah. The transabled are very secretive and often keep their desires to themselves, Baldwin says. One 78-year-old man told Baldwin he'd lived for the secret for 60 years and never told his wife. Some of his study participants do draw parallels to the experience many transgender people express of not feeling like they're in the right body. Baldwin says that this disorder is starting to be thought of as a neurological problem with the body's mapping rather than a mental illness. Well, I think that's enough internet for today. Please stop the world. I want to get off. I'm MC Retrieve. I'll see you on the next one.